Hi everyone, it's Lydia from Life Beyond the Kitchen, and today I'm going to show you how to do Emily Ocker's circular cast on. It's a great cast on if you're knitting a project in the round and you're working from the inside out. It's also great if you're doing a hat, working it from the top down. It helps prevent all the fumbling and fighting with the needles and the yarn that occurs in the beginning when you do the cast on. So to do this, you'll need some yarn, of course, needles to fit the yarn, a crochet hook that's the same size as the needles or a size smaller, and a stitch marker to mark the beginning of your round. Now, I'm left-handed, so we're going to do this left-handed, but it's the same process no matter whether you're left or right-handed. You take your working yarn far away from you in the tail end in your hand. You cross the tail over the working yarn, and it needs to be over. Now you just pick the whole thing up and kind of hold it with these fingers. So next step is to take the crochet hook, and this is not how I hold the crochet hook, so it's going to be awkward. Go through the center and grab some yarn and kind of hold everything in place while you pull a loop. And it's going to be loose and it's going to be weird, but don't fuss too much about it. As you get more stitches on your crochet hook, it gets easier. And you just repeat that. There's two. Let me swap my hook out here. This is more how I do it. And see how I'm using my right hand to help me make the stitches. 4. 5. I can hear you now. Oh, I can't crochet. I don't know how to do it. I'd rather fight with the needles. Well, I can understand. That's still. This is fumbly too, but to me it's not as frustrating as when your DPNs fall out and they fall on the floor behind your chair, or you're just trying to juggle everything in your lap. So here's 7, I think. And number 8. So let's see what we got. 2, 4, 6, 8. Great. Now, if you've done this correctly, when you pull on the tail, this loop should tighten around the stitches. I don't want to do it too much because I don't want it to tighten too much on the needle. Now, at this point, you would transfer to the needle, and you have a choice. You can do 2 stitches per needle, which is the ordinary way you would distribute them, or you can do the first round or 2, depending on the thickness of your yarn. You can do that straight. Okay. Pull this a little bit. Come on. Come on. I'm not going to do it. There we go. Whoa. Wow. Really thick yarn. Okay, now the next part is I'm going to go ahead and do my increases before I transfer it. Although this yarn and these, I don't think, if I wanted to transfer them now, it would be okay, I think. I'm just going to knit front and back across. Now, you might hear of this cast on referred to as the pinhole cast on, or you might hear it, if you're a crocheter, you might know it as magic circle. It's older even than Emily Ocker, I'm sure, and she was a knitting designer who was friends with Elizabeth Zimmerman, who's a writer who's very had a great influence in modern knitting, especially in the United States. And she learned this cast on from her friend Emily Ocker. So that's where it came from. Oops, did I hit that? No. Super tight. I wanted to use the bulky yarn because I thought that would be easier to see, and it's not necessarily easier to manipulate. Front and back. There we go. There's all of them. Tighten that down a little bit more. Okay, now the next part is to transfer the stitches to the other needle. So there should be 16, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. So let me just get them going. And then I'll leave the last set on that needle. And then all you would do is just begin knitting. Let me get the tail out of the way. You don't have to go through that one stitch because you're already technically working in the round. So tighten it up. Put the stitch marker on. And finish this set. And then you can just finish working your way around. Now, this hole is from the bulk of the stitches. And this hole is from the cast on. So we can pull that tighter and close that up. And then you can take the tail and close this. It's not a problem if you're using thinner yarn, finer yarn. So you won't, this is bulky yarn is going to do that. So there you have it. Emily Ocker's circular cast on, also known as the magic circle cast on or the pinhole cast on. Thanks a lot for watching, and be sure to drop by Life Beyond the Kitchen, where we talk about what happens between meals.